A lot of volatility presenting itself today. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with a quick market update. I wanted to highlight a series of not just, the overall market's kind of just consolidating. It's up 0.28%. I wanted to highlight kind of the big movers today. With that being said, a lot of you guys might have known Meta killed its earnings, as in like it exceeded expectation. They might have just reported more than what was expected in their CapEx spending. This might be spooking a few investors. They've lost 9%. I think at the peak, it was like closer to 10 to maybe almost 11%. It is a pretty significant amount, around 150 to 160 billion dollars is what it lost in market cap valuation. But again, Meta has had an amazing performing year. 2025 was beautiful. I think everyone, for the most part, can acknowledge that we had a great run. There's a lot of consolidation up here. Yeah, it could possibly recover a little bit, but we are overbought, right? Same thing kind of going on, unfortunately, with NVIDIA. NVIDIA also seeing a slight retracement today. NVIDIA doesn't even report earnings until 2 weeks. It's also down 4%. Wanted to quickly highlight that. The other one that I thought was a big mover today, wanted to show you guys here. There were two. So we talked about Meta. We talked about NVIDIA. I have Opendoor. Opendoor was a big sell-off today. At one point, it was down over 8%. A lot of consolidation. If it breaks that $5 support, we'll most likely head right back down to that $4 support if it breaks below 5. The only other thing, we talked about Microsoft also exceeded expectation when it comes down to earnings, but it's still unfortunately selling off. Apple is set to report earnings today after the market closes. And Intel is finally beginning to pull back. Intel was actually at new all-time highs during the extended hours because Trump posted how much they were up since they invested or took 10% ownership. They were up like $30 billion. I'm not here to undermine that. That's an insane return within a very short period of time. I would love to learn if anyone actually believes that Intel is worth this much. A $470 billion market cap while this company loses $3 billion a year. Again, price or valuation does not align with the current production or revenue of this business if you actually pay attention to the fundamentals. Nonetheless, markets are holding relatively pretty well if you look at the overall big picture. A lot of consolidation, even with all of the headlines. Some of you guys might have seen what has happened in the Japanese market. Japan has intervened to defend the yen. Yields are now at 27-year highs. Oil is at $120 per barrel, and inflation is rising. You might be asking, what do you mean inflation is rising? We've already talked about that. No, this morning we had PCE report come out. This is the part that I'm a little confused on, because if we actually pay attention to the way that the market traded, the market's kind of rallied after this report came out. Why is it celebrating higher inflation? Oh, but Ricky, it was factored in already. What? We went from 3% core inflation for PCE to 3.2. That's a 3-year high for core PCE. Overall PCE went from 2.8 to 3.5. That's a 3-year high for inflation, the PCE report. What are we celebrating? Oh, but it's in line with expectation. It's already factored in. What's factored in? Higher inflation? We're at all-time highs. Labor market's incredibly weak. All we continue to hear and see is all the red flags. The 30-year yields just touched 5% interest since last year. Now we're 11 basis points from 18-year highs. Look into the 10-year treasury today. Try to take out a mortgage. See how expensive it is. It's wild to me that all the market continues to do is ignore the fundamental data, the flashing red lights, right? Oil is expensive, then it will get passed down to consumers at the pump. If that type of expense is taken on by the average consumer, any type of disposable income is no longer available to be spent elsewhere. That's going to negatively impact our economy. No, it won't. Really? Because our GDP just came in with a 2.2% expectation, and we came in at 2%. Lower. Our GDP is lower, worse than what was expected. But we don't care about that. AI. Okay. Again, I'm invested into all the AI companies. There's nothing wrong with being invested. I just hope that when we look back at this, unless something happens, if the Federal Reserve steps in and they start printing money or handing out stimmy checks, that could artificially boost the economy. No question about that. We saw that during the post-pandemic rally, right? But as of right now, with these elevated levels, unsustainable. And I don't even want to talk about what's going on in Iran, because now Iran is making threats to potentially be attacking the US with their current blockade, because it is having negative implications into their economy. So it's going to be interesting to see how things continue to develop, especially today. Today, Apple is set to report earnings after the market closes, and so does SanDisk. Apple, in my opinion, very solid company. Even if it does see some form of volatility, we talked about this in our live trading session today with my LPP team. Apple, historically speaking, just going based off of past performance, when it reports earnings the following days, there was one day in 2024, right, where it did move 8%. Other than that, Apple's a very solid company. It's not very volatile. It doesn't like to or care to overreact. Earning per share expectation is $1.93, less than what was expected prior quarter, 108 billion in revenue. Just wanted to make sure that you understand. SanDisk, this is the one that I'm interested in learning more about. This is the IT stock. Would we call it that? This is the 3,000% gain in 1 year. I'm not joking. This was 2025, literally almost a year ago. From where we were to now where we are, 3,000%. I'm not joking. For what? Wait. 15% downside based off of analyst targets. Loses $1 billion, negative PE ratio. I'm sure it will be just fine. And I really do believe that it could report worse than expected earnings and the markets would not care. You know that. I hope you know that. That is how irrational markets are. Oh, but it's doing better. There is a disconnect between the current valuation of this business and what this business is producing. And that's the biggest thing that I wanted to highlight. Not that you have to agree with me or that, oh, you need to sell. No. Hold, buy more if, it meets your criteria. Just for those few beginners that are watching my video, maybe for the first time, and you were considering buying, I just wanted to shed light on how overbought and overvalued it is. Because in the short term, it can continue to maybe push up higher. 5, maybe 10%, who knows, 20%. But what's the downside risk? We all know that these stocks always correct when fundamentally they don't align with the company technically based off of their valuation. There's a correction that always will happen when market uncertainty presents itself. What's the downside risk? 90 to 99%. This will be one that I would love to follow up with in a year from now and to see where it's actually trading once the hype runs out. Because we all know that once people begin to take profits and it experiences that correction territory of a 20% retracement, that's where people get margin called. They're forced to sell, forced to liquidate. And then that's where these companies begin to fall apart. We've seen it with all of them, right? They pump and they dump, all the speculative companies. I mean, we can go down the list. I'm also very interested to see how Intel ends up playing out a year from now. But we've seen it with Oklo, right? Everyone thought this one was unstoppable, 193 down to $46. Everyone thought the same thing with MSTR, $500 to $100. I would love to see one stock that doesn't go parabolic, that actually doesn't correct. And don't compare it to the unicorn companies like Nvidia, Amazon. They are not that. So stop comparing it to. Anytime you make a comparison to one of the Max 7 companies, it is not an outlier, and you can't pretend that it is. If that is your scapegoat every single time that you enter a trade, oh, but it's the next. No, it's not. And you saying that, I think, just solidifies that. With that being said, SanDisk and Apple report earnings today after the markets close. This is a reminder to both those that are going long or going short to be intentional. If you want to carry your position as they report earnings, all power to you. I have an Apple position on my long-term portfolio. I have no intention of selling because I didn't buy at these elevated levels. I bought way lower. So even if it does pull back 5-10%, if anything, it would excite me so I can buy more at lower levels. For SanDisk, more of a volatile play. So I can see why it's very exciting for people to begin to pay attention to that. And the only other one that I wanted to quickly bring to your attention is QCOM. It actually exceeded earnings expectation. I'm not here to say that I agree with the pump. I'm just saying that there's a reason behind it. This does not mean that you should short it. It's up 16.5%. It has a lot of momentum, has a positive catalyst that's relevant. Let this thing push. It has a history of pumping before, right? And then it dumps, but while it pumps, it can be, very strong and unstoppable at moments. So let it have its day. It earned it based off of better than expected earnings. So very excited to follow up. I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. And I do plan to go live later with our LPP team whenever you're ready to join us. Again, we'd love to kick off the new month with you for the month of May. If you're ever ready to join our LPP team, you can start watching me trade live as soon as tomorrow at Market Open. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And we have a nice little discount for you. And it's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.